Thank you, Alberta.
Has everybody had a chance to look at the minutes from our last meeting, January? January.
Yes, I did.
Is there any corrections on the minutes?
Excuse me? Repeat?
Is there any corrections to the minutes from our January meeting? Everybody had a chance to read them?
Right, yeah.
I had no corrections.
Okay, geez. So, Rachel, you have to help me out because I didn't print my agenda off this time because I was looking for her to do it.
Okay, so are there minutes approved?
Can I get approval on the minutes?
I make a motion we approve the minutes as printed.
Okay, so the next item on our agenda is, let me see if I can go with. Linda, do you have a copy of the agenda in front of you?
I didn't, but I can get one.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is trees, and I just wanted to share with you something. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Forest Park submitted a grant application to purchase a 21-acre parcel of land. It is near 275 and Hamilton Avenue, and it's to add to our green space area. It is 95% forested with a variety of native tree and species. And there's a little stream. We think we'll get the whole 100% to buy it and make some improvements, maybe some walking trails that maybe the businesses behind there could actually use, you know, in their lunch and stuff. So I just wanted to report that to everybody.
Where is it again, Rachel? Where is it located?
Hamilton Avenue by 275.
Okay.
You know,
it's
where
close
like
to McDonald's or Frisch's?
Yes. There's that big, it's just forested area there. We want to preserve it so, you know, it doesn't get bought up by companies and stuff, and
right.
You know.
Great. I'm sorry, you all. I can't not find my calendar. What's next on our agenda, Rachel, please?
Flower bed planting. Let's see here.
When do we have to order flowers?
We've already ordered the flowers. We just went with what we were supposed to get last year.
And just an update that we ordered them?
Yes, we did order them. They've been ordered. They will be delivered Tuesday, May 11th. And
okay. So there's so few of us here tonight. I mean, well, Robin's missing. Do we want to? We don't have to decide our beds tonight, right? We could do it at our next meeting.
That's correct, unless you guys want to claim yours tonight. We can just wait till the next meeting. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll make a suggestion that we wait till our next meeting to decide what flower beds we're going to plant.
I agree.
I agree.
Okay.
Hard to think about in the middle of snow.
Right.
You know, Robin could be caught in snow because it's supposed to be snowing coming from the south, and she was at work when I talked with her today.
Okay.
Next thing on our agenda
is the yard contest.
You want to talk? Did everybody get a copy of the report that I put together for the yard contest?
Yeah, I put it up here. Let's see. There we go.
Okay.
It's not up, Rachel. Oh, there it is.
Okay. I did not call any of the commissioners, nor the city manager or the mayor. But other than that, the other judges were called, and they were as follows. We had one who did not call back, and I think one three who didn't have numbers. I couldn't find them. But other than that, we had 19 responses, and they were all very willing to share their suggestions for being judges. And they all said, yes, I will be judges next year, except for one person who said, call me back in April, because it was a little early for her to make that commitment. But other than that, everybody else said yes, and please have the yard contest, because they feel like they've been cooped up so much with this COVID. They're anxious to get out, and all of their neighbors that they have talked with felt the same way. The reports from the, comments from the report are as follows. Everyone agreed that we should not qualify anyone who has artificial flowers. They all agreed. If you'll notice the time, we had 4 people who said keep the contest as the 3rd week in June, which is Father's Day. And then 15 who said, I would like to see it the last week in June, because the flowers have not had time to take hold and they were rushed so much last year that marigolds, you just really couldn't even tell what they were, because they needed that other week to catch hold. So that was 15 people who said yes, we want to move it to the last week in June instead of the 3rd week in June. No one wanted to go into July. Everyone said, no, we don't want to go to July. Of the ones who were requested about should we have call-ins for the yard contest to be judged similar to the Christmas contest, and everybody said no, because there are too many folks who want to participate. And since we don't have a really, really good vehicle for getting to people, some don't have internet, so they can't see the website. Some have internet, don't look at the website. We have it on the marquee, but some don't get up there to see it. So they just don't think that we have a great communication system to make changes that severe. So they said, keep it as is. However, there was a suggestion that maybe we could maybe we could partner with the tax people when they send out information about your taxes are due. If we could put something in there from the Beautification Commission. I don't know if that's possible, but that was
I think
a
they've
suggestion.
already printed those and sent those out.
You did?
I think they did, yes.
Okay, so it will go out with the tax people?
No, they already printed out what they usually print out.
The tax people have already printed out what they print out.
Yes,
And is it automatically mailed at that time?
I think it's already sent.
Oh,
yes.
it's gone. You're saying it's gone. Okay, I got you. Okay. Then for the ones who didn't have flowers, people didn't have flowers for a lot of reasons. Some don't have flowers because they're allergic. Some don't have flowers because they don't like them. Some just plain don't have flowers for whatever reason we don't know about. But they do have beautiful lawns. And it was suggested that we have a green flag for qualified lawns as for people who don't have flowers. And they wanted to make that suggestion to the commissioners, that we have an additional flag, which is called a green flag, for those who do not have flowers in their yard. And that was agreed by all 19 people. And I think we had a second page, Rachel. Do we have a second page? We do have. I'm looking at it. What am I asking you for? You can see it. There was a request to fix the streets, and I looked at the streets, and some judges had a lot of streets and some had very few streets. So I guess we need to take the month of April and May maybe and look at our disbursement of how we are putting the judges together for the number of streets, because some are too many and some are not enough. And then we had someone who said, I don't like main streets. And then somebody else said they didn't mind. So I guess we need to ask that question when we're giving them out. Do you want a main street? Main streets like Waycross and Kemper, those streets, because they said they didn't feel comfortable doing those streets.
But excuse me, Linda, everybody decides, Rachel says this is the name of the street. So everybody says what street they want to judge. So
I don't know. I'm just telling you what they said to me, Alberta. I don't know what they do. I don't know whether they get streets that they want or not. I'm just telling you what they told me. They said they don't want they don't want main streets, and then others said they didn't care. So maybe some that come, I don't know. I really don't. So I guess we need to ask the question when we're coming up is do you want a main street or not? And they'll tell you. They all wanted a training session. They said we need a training session on our criteria and on directions. And they talked about directions, meaning that the maps were confusing because they gave 3 examples. One was for people that are judging where Forest Park and Springdale are on one side of the street and on the other side of the street, they're not sure which side is Forest Park and which side is Springdale. Then some people don't know north and south directions, but they know lefts and rights. So when they say it's south of this or north of this, it confuses them. And then on the W section, it's confusing because it's not on the map. And I found out from Robin this morning that the W section, which is over there at Mill Station, we judge that whole area. However, that whole area is not on the map because it doesn't belong to us, because some of it belongs to Springfield Township. So that's settled, and we can talk to whoever's judging that area. We can tell them that. Then they wanted to ask about tightening up the rules criteria, and I thought we might be able to do that too in our next couple of meetings. And when we have our training session, we will have it all together for them. Because the criteria they thought was vague. And then they said, I was saying we really have a problem with judges. We really need more judges. That's our biggest problem, is we just don't have enough judges. And with us giving so many streets to the few judges that we do have, it's making them not want to be judges. So we've got to do something about recruiting more judges. And everyone was asked to think about it, talk to your neighbors or anybody else that you know, and they can call and let us know if they know someone who will be a judge. But we've got to work on getting a recruitment effort together for more judges, because we really need more judges. Then they made a suggestion about, what about youth judges? And I don't know about that, but I'm putting it out there. If we were to ask the school, if they had kids who might be interested in being judges, we could train them on how to judge and partner them with maybe somebody, and do it that way. We could have more judges by partnering with the school. And I don't know whether the city will allow us to do it or not, but that was a suggestion. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Linda. For your
Alberta had already heard about this. I mean, not Alberta, I'm sorry. Robin already knew about this before this, when I talked with her. So she already knows about this report. And I don't know why she's not on the call.
Did they give you in the indication if we have training, when would be a good time?
What do you think, Alberta? We're going to have, if we have in June, should we have it in the first part of June, maybe, or the last meeting, our meeting in May? You know, last time we had it in our meeting in May.
We don't need to have it too far out, because we don't want it to.
Maybe the end of May or the first week of June.
First of June, first week in June.
End of May or 1st of June.
First week in June.
Yeah.
Where is everybody? They're all gone.
I'm here.
Everybody hears you. You may not see us, but we're here.
I'm here.
Hi, Lois.
So
Well,
Hello, Lois.
Hello. I don't know what happened. I had to go
There's
off
something
and
down
come
at the
back in.
bottom that says something about video. I lost myself too. And I looked at the bottom of my screen and it said something about video. And I clicked on it and I came up on the screen.
Well, see, that's what I was on before, but and then when Rachel said she wanted to hear me, then that messed up everything. So I had to go out and come back in. So I
did the same thing. We both
I don't know.
we both did the same thing.
I'm here. But when you were talking about the training, we have not agreed on the date that we're going to have for the contest, or have we?
We
No, we
haven't agreed on it, no, because Robin's not here. And
Okay.
I don't know whether I don't know. What do you all think?
I think we ought to leave it the way it was, the third weekend in June or something. Or, well, I see on your sheet you had the last weekend in June. Is that
Well,
for
the number of people that I talked with were talking, I mean, there are people that do plannings and stuff. And so they were saying that the third week was too early. Well, all
Okay,
of them didn't, because we had four people who said they wanted it the fourth week. And I mean,
Right, but the
third week, and then
majority is
15 said they wanted it the last week.
right, that's what I was going to say.
Mm. Well, that all depends upon when we have the training then, I think.
Somebody mentioned the training the first week of June.
Okay.
Right.
First of all, let's decide if the majority of our judges are saying the last week of June. So we're moving our judging of our beautification to June the 20th, the week of the last week, which would be somewhere the week of the 21st. Is that what we're thinking about doing?
Is that the last weekend of June?
That's the last week. We do it on the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, don't we always do it on the weekend?
Everything has changed, so
We
usually
always do it on Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, that would be the 26th and the 27th of June.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and then if we're gonna have training, then we could do the training.
Or maybe the second week in June.
We could. I mean, I don't have a problem with it. What do you all think? That would
Well,
be very close to the time.
It's okay with me.
Fine with me. Alberta, what do you think?
Just trying to think that we meet in June.
Excuse me?
Oh,
I'm trying to think if we meet in June. I was looking for one of my.
We meet the third week of every month. So we meet in June. Yes, we do meet in June. We meet the
well,
third.
we have that summer break.
No, we
remember?
don't meet.
Oh, we don't meet in June. Oh, so
Thank you.
could we have it for when we would normally have our meeting then?
Yeah. Because I'm not sure when the summer break is, but I don't know if it starts in June or July.
I think it's June, July, and August.
Okay.
Okay.
So we could, instead of going out early, we'll meet the month of June, which is the third Wednesday. And that way we would have our training session on that date, so we would stay consistent with what we're doing.
Okay.
But my thing is, we would have to make a special meeting in June because we do not meet in June.
Yes. Correct.
So we first have to make sure that it's gonna be okay, that we'd be able to get the Zoom to even meet in June and to see if it would be good with our chair, which is Robin. So I would say maybe we need to talk to her.
Talk to
Maybe-
Robin and have her put that down for next month.
Yes,
Right.
to
Thank you, sir.
see if we can meet on June the 16th.
All right, June the 16th for next month, for next
Okay.
month's meeting. Okay.
June the
Can you
16th.
hear me?
June the
Yes, Rachel, we hear you, but we don't see you.
I don't know what happened. I can't. I missed the last 10 minutes. So,
Okay. We were
What weekend
discussing
are
the
we
last
having
10
it?
minutes of when we were having the contest. And if we could have a meeting on the third week in June for a training session, because we're out for summer.
okay.
And Robin isn't on the call yet. So we said we would discuss it again next month.
Okay. But I'm sorry, when did we want to have the contest?
The contest, the last weekend of June, and Alberta has the dates.
June 26th.
June 26th and 27th.
Okay.
That's the last weekend in June.
Because the
correct?
last time we had it the second weekend of June, so we're moving it back 2 weekends.
Right, because of the judges said it was too early.
Okay.
Rachel, did you hear what she said about the judges? Some of them said they don't want Main Street, some of them said they
Right,
want
right,
many
right.
streets, et cetera.
And all this is recorded, so I can go back and listen. So that,
Okay, well, you said you missed, okay. So the next thing, so we got um Linda's report. So did everybody look at the one thing we were supposed to do? We were supposed to look at our criteria for how we were gonna judge and change it. This, Rachel sent it out. Did everybody look at it and submit to Rachel your suggestions?
The yard contest? Or,
Beautification, yes, the flags, yes, that's what we're talking about.
okay.
Is that a
We
yes?
didn't talk about the green flag. What do you think about the green flag?
Well,
I-
let's do the thing that we were supposed to do, and then we can get to the green flag.
Okay,
So does everybody see it up on the board?
we do. I do.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
Did anybody make any changes?
I didn't yet.
Well, I did up there where it says, well, the superior flags, we didn't have that one. That's not the one you sent out. But anyway,
oh, sorry about that.
please.
Sorry about that. I must have grabbed an old one.
Okay, the one that I'm looking at, it says lawns well kept and without noticeable bare spots, free of yard waste. This includes the public right of way, the section between the sidewalk and streets, and I think driveways should be included.
Driveway,
Your driveways, yes.
I agree with you.
Then
What about the driveways?
free
Should
of
be free of debris.
Free of debris, okay.
grass?
Where you say public right of way and describing it, just put in driveways in there in that same spot. I mean, right with it, which includes driveways and then the public right of way.
And then I also said live planted flowers is a must. Okay, and suggest to all the residents that marigolds is our flag, and that would be good to have everybody plant more marigolds. General print appearance, that includes mulching and weeding, and that weeding would include the driveways because that's part of it. Lawns that are trimmed, not brown with spots. No hanging flower pots, no potted plants, no fake / artificial of any kind will be judged.
Well, I have something to
Wait
say
just a
about
minute.
I
that.
have a problem with the
This is
pots
my
because we
suggestion.
have a lot of folks
Just a
with
minute,
pots.
Linda. This is just my suggestion, so let me finish mine and everybody can give theirs.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And then I'm not sure of what y'all's thoughts are about plants composed to flowers. And we have too many hanging pots and too many plastic flowers where we give out flags. Those are my suggestions.
Well, I go along with having the hanging baskets and also having pots. But I do not go along with the fake flowers.
Well, okay. Anybody else?
I'm with Lois.
Yeah, I agree with Lois. The pots and the hanging basket, because people put a lot of work into the hanging
They do.
basket.
They really do.
What,
Yeah.
going to Lowe's
then
and picking
pots
one up?
also. As long, huh? As
Yeah.
long as there's no artificial plants anywhere.
Right. I agree. Artificial plants out.
Yes,
Right.
out.
So everybody's okay with hanging plant up and getting a flag.
Yeah,
Yeah, the hanging plants and
and the
also
pots.
The pots too, because
Because
I'm
people
not
have
gonna
huge
do the
pots.
ground.
But they're not planted. We said,
They're planted in dirt,
And dirt, right. And some of them are planted in the ground. They're
and some are
planted.
in the ground, right? Pots in the ground, that's
Right.
true.
pots. Okay, whatever y'all say.
I mean, that's my opinion.
Okay.
So they would have to be potted plants. That's what I'm hearing?
They don't have to be potted plants, but but don't dismiss a potted plant. That can be included too, as well as one that's flower or whatever that's in the ground.
So
That's all I'm saying.
that's
I'm with Lois.
Okay.
Beverly,
Yes,
you okay with that?
I'm okay with that. I was just trying to make sure we're talking about a potted plant, a plant that is in a pot. That's all.
That's what they're talking about.
I know that sounds crazy, but you know how
No.
people just take a pot and put it out there and just
And
ask-
then they're okay with them just putting a pot out there. That's what they're
No,
saying.
plants in there.
It's got to have a plant in it.
It's
We
gotta
know
have
that. That's what she's talking about. Come on now. They're, from my understanding, they're okay if I have a 20-inch potted plant sitting on my porch or one sitting in the middle of the yard. I'm okay. They're okay with judging that. Or if I have two of them hanging and
I am.
one on the porch and a potted plant, they're okay with judging that. But I don't have any planted anywhere.
Well, if we're
I
gonna
am
talk about a
okay.
green flag, you have people that don't have any flowers.
Then they don't get a flag.
If we go with a green flag, they
We
will.
haven't discussed green flag yet, Linda.
I know you haven't, but I'm saying there are people who do beautiful lawns and they don't have a bunch of flowers.
And we usually give everybody something that where it looks good. I don't have no objection to a green flag, but I don't know if everybody.
Well, I mean, we'll have to ask everybody of their opinion.
Exactly.
And Albert, I know what you're saying. It shouldn't be a pot in the middle of somebody's yard with a flower. I don't think that's what Lois and Linda are talking about.
It's not.
No.
Because that's
No.
Well, what are you talking about then?
I mean, just not putting just a pot out there with a plant in it. It's got to be decorated. I did not want the pots to say, no, we don't want any pots. I'm not saying that. And I'm saying the pots should be included, and also the hanging baskets.
Okay, so you're saying you want it included. Okay, so but I have nothing but pots in my yard. So are you going to
Okay.
judge me?
Yeah,
Did you
nothing-
mow your yard? Did you edge it? Do you have shrubs in it that's trimmed?
Everything is carpet, 1 inch thick, green, hedges trimmed, everything.
Why would I not judge it?
I have no planted flowers. I have pots and a hanging basket.
Why would I not judge it?
I don't know. I'm asking the question.
Uh,
But if I just have a flower pot out front, are you going to judge one pot, two pots?
It depends on the rest of the yard. You got to look at the whole yard. We're talking about beautification. Beautification doesn't have to mean it's a flower and it's a marigold. We have other things of beautification. We've got bricks and walls and fences and stones.
But the whole purpose of it is, it says for the flags, we're talking about flowers and lawns, and now we're talking maybe giving out a green flag just because I don't have any flowers, but my yard looks good. It's well manicured. There's no bare spots. There's nothing wrong in between the driveway or nothing. And I'm okay with that. And I'm okay with doing live hanging pots and hanging baskets if that's what the majority wants to do.
Well, I have expressed the hanging paint, the hanging
Yes, you have. And it's noted.
basket, and also the pots. but that's not the whole picture of everything. You know, the yard has to look nice too.
Okay, it's noted then that we will have we would judge with hanging pots and baskets.
Yeah.
And now Linda is also brought to our attention that maybe some people are allergic to flowers some kind of way or for some reason, and some of the judges had a question about whether or not would we consider just giving out a green flag because they look good, but they have no flowers. Did I understand that right, Linda?
You did, that's exactly right.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So are you all okay with that flag?
I am okay with it.
Beverly, how do you feel?
I feel fine with that because I see what they're doing. They're trying to open it up.
They want more people involved, right?
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I mean, so I understand where they're coming from with the green flags.
I'm
So
not
I
sure
think-
it's in the budget for more flags. Or even how many we would order,
How many do we order now?
or if it would just make it more confusing, you know?
Why don't we, if you don't have that, I mean, you might not have the information right at your fingertips, but at the next meeting, we could talk about how many we order
Okay.
and how many superiors we had before, because we won't have that flag. And
Okay.
then take from one and put to another one, because we judge too. We know how many people have, we say 10%.
Right. So they would either get
They wouldn't get both.
the yearly, that we wouldn't get both, right? Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Did Alberta just leave?
Yeah, she got a phone call. She should be right back.
We might only have a few more minutes. I don't know if Waycross has another meeting or not.
Okay, that was William.
Okay.
His internet and everything is out just like Denise. Did you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Rachel, is anything else on the agenda then that we need to discuss before we run out of time?
Nope, I think that's about it. We have no report from Denise or Robin or James. So our next meeting is Wednesday, March 17th.